Adolescence is period of life with specific health development needs and rights. Adolescence roughly divided into three stages. Early adolescence generally ages from 11 to 14, middle adolescence generally ages from 15 to 17, and late adolescence generally ages from 18 to 21. Thank you. And what is a simple yet effective way to prevent infections? Now we welcome our peers to present an act about the steps involved in washing hands and maintain hygiene.
Faculties and my dear students. I take privilege to welcome at today's Aruna Vanam Garu, obstetrician and gynecologist MD, who has given her service for the past more than 20 years and being a part of here in educating the students, not only in excelling her work, she's also, madam has attended so many awareness programs and shared her views with all of you, and I hope today's program madam will enlighten you with a good information on the adolescents health education. I also thank Rotary Club of GEMS Nizamabad, Dr. Vinod Pargalu, project manager, who has been here. They have taken their time and come over here to educate our students, and I extend my special thanks to the Ranjit Singh Garu. Actually I need to say a few things about this. Whenever I want to organize some health related or awareness programs or any medical checkups, so only 2 days back I just spoke with the sir. Sir, we are working in an institution here with about 800 students, and we need your support in educating them. So immediately within 1 day, sir has called me and said that yes, we are going to give an awareness program with Aruna Madam Garu, and sir also promised that he will be providing some in future health checkups and all this. I really thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation. Thank you for attending this. I am thinking it's our pleasure, sir. We will definitely move forward with your support, and we just want to educate our students regarding the health awareness. Thank you.
Dr. Aruna Madam, Principal Dr. Anusha Madam, and Dr. Vinod Pawar, and all the lovely students of this institution. Once again, good afternoon. Ayyo. అప్పుడే నిలసం వస్తుందా? సో గ్రేట్, మీరు లంచ్ బాగా చేసినట్టున్నారు ఈరోజు, ఎందుకంటే క్లాప్స్ ఇంత బాగా ఎక్కడ కొట్టారు. రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ పేరు ఎవరైనా విన్నారా? రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్, ఎనీ వన్ ఆఫ్ యూ? లేదా? ఓకే, నో ప్రాబ్లం. ఇట్స్ అన్ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. తెలుగు ఓకేనా, ఇంగ్లీష్ ఓకేనా? ఇంగ్లీష్ అన్న వాళ్ళు చేయలేపండి. ఓకే, తెలుగు అమ్మో, మన తెలంగాణ తెలుగు కిదా సినిమా చూసిరా? సో మనం తెలుగులోనే మాట్లాడదాం, ఎందుకంటే నాకు ఇంగ్లీష్ రాదు. రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ అనేది ఒక స్వచ్ఛత సేవా సంస్థ. గత 119 ఇయర్స్ నుంచి వరల్డ్ వైడ్గా ఎన్నో సేవా కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తూ ఉంది. సో మాలాంటి మేడం కూడా మెంబర్, సార్ కూడా మెంబర్, మాలాంటి మెంబర్స్ వరల్డ్ వైడ్ ప్రపంచంలో ఏ మూలకు పోయినా కూడా ఉంటారు. 12 లక్షల మంది ఉన్నారు. సో ఈ సేవా కార్యక్రమాలన్నీ మేము డబ్బులు వేసుకొని ఖర్చు చేస్తాం. డబ్బులు మా మెంబర్షిప్ ఫీజు ఉంటుంది, మాదే ఉంటుంది. మీరు అందరూ 1985 తర్వాత బర్త్ అయిన వాళ్ళే ఉన్నారు కదా. సో మీరు చిన్నప్పుడు అప్ టు 5 years పోలియో డ్రాప్స్ వేసుకున్నారు కదా. సో అది ఆ ఇనిషియేషన్ ఎరాడికేషన్ ఆఫ్ పోలియో అనే ఒక క్యాంపెయిన్ మొదలుపెట్టింది రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ 1985లో. సో అప్పటి నుంచి ఈ రోజు వరకు కూడా రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ పోలియో ఏదైతే వ్యాక్సినేషన్ ఉందో అది పోలియో రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ సంస్థ గవర్నమెంట్స్ కి ఫ్రీగా ఇస్తుంది. గవర్నమెంట్ ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేసి బిలో 5 years పిల్లలకు అది వ్యాక్సినేషన్ ఇస్తున్నారు. సో మన ఇండియా 2013లో పోలియో ఫ్రీ కంట్రీగా WHO ద్వారా డిక్లేర్ చేయబడింది. వెల్కమ్ టు అవర్ క్లబ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్. చాలా ప్రోగ్రామ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఫ్రెండ్షిప్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్, యూత్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్, కల్చరల్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ప్రోగ్రామ్స్. తెలంగాణ, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో 1,20,000 డోసెస్ గవర్నమెంట్ స్కూల్స్కి ఫ్రీగా ఇవ్వడం జరిగింది మా రోటరీ జిల్లా తరఫున. సో మెనీ ఇక్కడ వరల్డ్ ఎకనామిక్ ఫోరంలో రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ శాశ్వత సభ్యత్వం ఉంది, WHOలో ఉంది. ఎవ్రీవేర్ మీరు నేమ్ ఇట్, రోటరీ ఇంటర్నేషనల్ ప్రెజెన్స్ ఇస్ దేర్. సో మీకు ఎంతమందికి హిమోగ్లోబిన్ లెవెల్స్ తక్కువ ఉన్నాయని మీరు అనుకుంటారు? చేయలేపండి. అమ్మాయిలు హిమోగ్లోబిన్ ఐరన్ లెవెల్ నాకు తక్కువ ఉంది అని అనుకునే వాళ్ళు చేయలేపండి. ఎందుకంటే మీ మేడం నిన్నటి నుంచి ఐరన్ టెస్ట్ చేద్దాం సార్, ఐరన్ టెస్ట్ చేద్దాం అనుకుంది. మీకు ఐడియా ఉందా హిమోగ్లోబిన్ అంటే? గర్ల్స్కి ఎంత, ఉమెన్కి ఎంత ఉండాలి నార్మల్ లెవెల్? 12 to 16, 14, 16 గర్ల్స్కి ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి బాయ్స్ కంటే. సో లెస్ దాన్ 12 ఉన్న వాళ్ళు ఐడియా ఉంది అప్రాక్సిమేట్. సో ఆల్మోస్ట్ మీకు అందరికీ హిమోగ్లోబిన్ లెవెల్స్ లెస్ దాన్ 12 ఉంటుంది. ఒక్కొక్కరు ఇద్దరికి రప్పిస్తే అందరికీ. ఎందుకుంటుంది తెలుసా? మనం ప్రాపర్గా తినము. ఆకుకూరలు కానీ వెజిటబుల్స్ కానీ నచ్చితేనే తింటాము, లేకుంటే తినము. అవి ప్రాపర్గా తింటే మనకు హిమోగ్లోబిన్ లెవెల్స్ నార్మల్గా మెయింటైన్ అవుతాయి. ఇంకో 1 week 10 daysలో హిమోగ్లోబిన్ అవసరం ఉన్న వాళ్ళకు టెస్ట్ చేస్తాము. తర్వాత హెల్త్ చెకప్ చేస్తాము. మా క్లబ్ తరఫున మీకు ఏమైనా స్పోర్ట్స్ ఈవెంట్ కావాలంటే కూడా మేము స్పాన్సర్ చేసి ఆర్గనైజ్ చేస్తాము. మా ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు చెప్పమన్నారు. సో అరుణ మేడం మాట్లాడే ముందు ఒక 2 minutes మా ప్రాజెక్ట్ చైర్మన్ డెంటల్ డాక్టర్ వినోద్ పవార్ గారు ఉన్నారు, ఆయన మాట్లాడతారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ప్రిన్సిపల్ అమృత మేడం గారికి మరియు డాక్టర్ అరుణ గారికి, మా రోటరీ క్లబ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అయిన పద్మ శ్రీనివాస్ గారు, మన డైనామిక్ హీరో రంజిత్ సింగ్ గారు, నేను డెంటల్ సర్జన్ నిజామాబాద్లో ప్రాక్టీస్ చేస్తున్నాను సిన్స్ 25 years నుంచి. మీకు డెంటల్ క్యాంప్స్ కావాలంటే మనం అరేంజ్ చేస్తాం ఇక్కడ రోటరీ క్లబ్ తరఫున. డెంటల్ చెకప్స్ కానీ ఎవరైనా డెంటల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ ఉన్నాయా? డెంటల్ క్యాంప్ కూడా త్వరలో నిర్వహిస్తామని మన ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారు రోటరీ క్లబ్ మీరు రోజుకి అందరికి తెలిసిన విషయమే ఎన్నిసార్లు బ్రష్ చేయాలంటే అందరికి తెలుసు 2 times బ్రష్ చేయాలని, అవునా కదా? అయినా కానీ మన పళ్ళల్లో ఉన్న గార కానీ ఆహార పదార్థాలు కానీ సరిగా శుభ్రం కాదు. దానికి కారణం ప్రాపర్గా బ్రష్ చేయకపోవడం. సో మనం బ్రష్ చేస్తాం 2 times కానీ ప్రాపర్గా బ్రష్ చేయము. సో మన బ్రష్ని పై నుంచి కిందికి అంటే వర్టికల్ డైరెక్షన్లో బ్రష్ చేయాలి. చాలామంది హారిజాంటల్గా చేస్తారు, దానివల్ల చిగుళ్ళు దెబ్బతింటాయి. మరి తర్వాత టీత్ కూడా అరిగిపోతుంది. అందుకే మీరు ప్రాపర్గా బ్రష్ చేయడం వల్ల టీత్ క్లీన్గా ఉంటాయి మరియు ఓరల్ హైజీన్ సరిగా మెయింటైన్ చేయగలుగుతారు. మీరు తీసుకునే ఆహార పదార్థాలు ఎలాంటి పదార్థాలు తీసుకుంటారు? పీచు పదార్థాలు ఎక్కువ తీసుకోవాలి, ఫైబర్ ఫుడ్. స్వీట్స్ ఎక్కువ తింటారా అందరూ? స్వీట్స్ తగ్గించాలి, ఫైబర్ ఫుడ్ చాలా ఎక్కువ తీసుకోవాలి. సో నెక్స్ట్ మన డెంటల్ క్యాంప్ అయినప్పుడు దీని గురించి చాలా విస్తారంగా మనం డిస్కస్ చేద్దాము. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you for the royal welcome. It was really amazing to invite us this way. You can hear me?
Hello.
Yeah. Today I have come here to talk something on the adolescent health awareness. So why are awareness programs so very important?
Hello. వినపడుతుందా?
So ఎందుకు why are these awareness programs so very important? You are all full of knowledge. Knowledge everything తప్పు లేదు. Right now you have Google at your like అందరికీ accessible గా ఉంది Google. The moment you Google on anything, you are flooded with lot of information and lot of knowledge. The girl who was introducing about the awareness program, she herself talked about what adolescence is. So this is all the like the wonder of the Google information we have. So what is lacking? We have to do awareness on it. Knowledge undi, but why there is so much of unhappiness around? What is lacking anedi we need to get aware of it anamata. So the awareness actually teaches you how to take the right help of the knowledge. So we have knowledge, but how you accept it and how you put it into implementation is very important. Adolescence is transformation from childhood to adulthood. So child ka unna happiness, why you are lacking as an adult? That is what we have to know for ourselves. Because the hormones are playing in a different way. And they want you to experience risk, to do more of adventure, any experiences you want to own it. But దాంట్లో the right of decision is lacking. Why? Adulthood lo the maturity, the frontal lobes anni they are not mature enough to take the right decision. So there is always a dilemma. You want to do something but you don't know whether it is right or wrong. So decision making is what is lacking at the adolescent age. That is the reason why there is so much of unhappiness today with the adolescent youth. And they are going into a lot of unhappiness, anxiety issues, depression, and mental unhappiness అన్నీ కూడా ఎక్కువ పెరుగుతున్నాయి. And right now the happy thing is they are seeking help on it. Earlier they used to suffer amongst themselves, but now they are approaching for help and seeking help. So at this age what is more needed is you have to talk with your parents or wherever you are. Like if you are at a hostel under care of somebody, you need to talk to the elders over here. So you need some sort of support and also a protection wherever you are. Maybe at home, at school, or you are going around traveling or doing like working, then you need some help at the work area and also with the social media. I mean you have to be very cautious about the cyber crime. Social media is so much on everybody. Like everybody without phone they would not survive. So phone has become an integral part of our livelihood. I mean like daily living. Rather than livelihood, I would better say it as a daily living. So you are so much into the social media, everything you are getting attracted by the fake world. So I mean like there is lot of fake things and factual things in the social media. You have to absorb the good things from it. Social media is not at all bad. It is so much of information. But what we need to do is you have to become responsible enough to gather what is right from the information you get. And then you need to discuss to your parents or your elders, guardians, teachers, or wherever you are. You can seek a professional help also. When you don't want to disclose some private things of yourselves, you can seek professional help. That is nothing wrong, but how much you protect your mental health also is very important. Adolescent health, that doesn't mean only the physical health. It also means like you are mentally strong, emotionally strong. How well you manage your relationships with others. What do you think about yourself? What confidence you have about yourself. How much of character building you do at this age is very important. Physically, the nutrition part is very much lacking in the adolescent youth because they are always picky and choosy about what they eat. As of now, when I asked అనమాట ఇప్పుడు హిమోగ్లోబిన్ ఎవరికి తక్కువ ఉందంటే I could hardly see one or two hands. But when we do the checkup, at least I am sure like 80% of you would be anemic. That is what you don't understand. The type of food you are eating is what matters, not the quantity of the food you eat. The quality of food is very, very important. So the type of food you are eating is lacking in iron, and then that makes you anemic, and you are not bothered to talk about your menstrual health, how it is. How many of you are having frequent cycles? How many of you are having the flow for more number of days? Increased amount of bleeding. These are all the things you have to be aware of. What is a normal menstrual cycle? How many days of flow is okay for a girl? How many days, how much amount of flow is okay? How many days of flow is okay? And is being normal during that time? And you need to be aware, like you just take rest during that period. Is it necessary? No, it is not at all necessary that when in cycles you should abstain from work and unless you are symptomatic about it. Something like you have a pain abdomen, very heavy bleeding and menstrual cramps at long line. The initial first or 2 days you can refrain from the heavy activities or the robust activities. But otherwise you can do the regular routine work. I think you should not abstain from it. And then whenever you are having increased flow or increased number of days you are bleeding, then you have to take a professional help on it. And the iron checkup should be done. Well, like anemia checkup should be done to know like how much of hemoglobin you are having right now and what is the nutritional deficiencies you are having. So these days either kids, the adolescent youth are either lean or very obese. So obesity is so much in the adolescent youth because they are lacking in the physical activity. Most of the time they are binging on the junk food, and at the same time they are not having any physical activity. So they tend to put on more weight in front of the social media or the TVs or sitting with books also. So education has become sort of a pressurizing thing for the adolescents. You need to prove yourselves. You have to make a career of your own. For that you need to study, and the study has become such a pressurizing thing that you lack any physical activity during that time. But at least you can safeguard your mental health. For competition for survival, it is must that you need to work more and more during the essential time. At important adolescent time you need to give your best at the academics. But that does not mean that you lack in the physical activity. Whatever little time you have for yourself, you can do some sort of meditation or breathing exercises or yoga programs or yoga exercises, whatever you can do in that small amount of time. You can spend quality time with your friends, you can talk to them, and you can have fun with your friends. You can listen to music. These are all the best ways to keep your mental happiness. It doesn't mean like physical activity. Just because you are studying all through the day, it does not mean that if you don't go to the ground, you cannot do any sort of physical activity or anything. Mental health also is equally important, and whatever little you can do by yourself, you should do at home or hostel, wherever you stay. And then coming to the most biggest problem is this age is attracted so much to the opposite gender, and it is okay because it is the hormones which are playing there. This is the age where you get all the attractions. You are influenced by the social media, people how they dress up, how they want to be appreciated by others for how beautiful they are. When feeling beauty or having a care for yourself is okay, but how much you protect yourself or safeguard yourself from the opposite gender is also important. The sexual education is very, very important at this age. You know what sexual health is. Sexual health when you are into relationships with the other gender, which is more common. The older days, the girls never used to go out with the boys, but now it has become a common norm. You are going into educational institutions where most of them are co-ed. You might have attractions, infatuations and everything, friendships, relationships with boys. But how much you save yourself from it is very important. A healthy relationship is very, very important. And safe sex. Maybe, I don't know, like we all have stigma about talking about it, but there are examples I can quote. A girl is just kissing a boy and then she gets very scared that she would get pregnant. Why did she think so? Why was she so scared of? Because she was not aware like kissing can cause a pregnancy. And without seeking help, the girl started taking pills. Whoever suggested what, she started doing it. But by that she has damaged her health so much. So sexual intercourse or sexual activities at that age, you need to talk about everything to your parents or somebody whom you can confide. So you need to know about the reproduction system of the female, you should know about your private parts, you should know about what is good touch and bad touch. You start educating your siblings also on it. So good touch and bad touch and sexual education, maybe in these days we should incorporate them into the academics or the regular health program, health education system much before, even before you come to a marriageable age. So because knowing into all sorts of the abuses which are happening in the society, you have to know about them much before. You should know, like nobody is, and the world is not as good as we think it to be. Or we cannot take people for granted because he is my uncle, I'm okay to be with him. He is my brother's friend and it's okay that I spend time with him. But not everybody is the same. So you need to know like who is taking advantage of you. What is a good touch and what is a bad touch. So that when you are told like the private parts, anybody trying to like showing their love or affection by comforting you at the private parts, you should take a caution. And you should discuss it. Nothing wrong in discussing things. Only by discussing and talking to people, you have the solutions. So you talk to your parents. If you are afraid, anybody who is like elder person will always understand you. And your family people are always your friends. Even if they scold you initially, they are the people who will stand for you at the end. So you should find a friend in your parents. Just because you think because I'm scared of my parents, I cannot talk to you. They may shout at me and all that. There are parents who can say like you have given them the chance, but then they would understand. They would definitely check you at the beginning, but then after discussing things with them, they will definitely understand what the child is going through. So more and more, you have the awareness of such things, then you get to know like what is wrong and what is right, and then you start discussing on it and then know for yourself. And then the cyber crime. These days, it's become a fashion or more than anything, people are just trying to put their pictures on the social media. It is okay, you share your pictures, but be very careful when you are doing your private pictures or taking your own in any western outfits or any sort of revealing, I would not say revealing clothes, but something which is more you feel like the sort of dressing is a traditional dressing and then you have for the clothes groups. So when you are doing a dressing which is okay or comfortable in the clothes group, then you have to post such pics only with your people like family, friends or family people or friends, not to the entire public. Nobody wants, they are interested in another way. So you have to be very careful when you are posting your pics, how you share your pics, how you share your content with others is very, very important. Just having a phone does not give you the right to share whatever you want. So initially it is your responsibility. And what makes you feel responsible is how much you know about yourself through the awareness programs. And I would want to say these days the substance abuse is also happening. Earlier the girls, we used to think the girls don't booze, girls don't smoke. But if you go to the more of Western culture is taking over, there are girls who are smoking or equally or maybe more than boys. They are into alcohol and they are into different types of substance abuses. Maybe they give you a temporary high and a temporary sort of fantasy world and everything looks very nice and very happy thing in the beginning. But later on the long-term impact of it will be very, very dangerous. So you should not get tempted by such things. If you are going out, the more, why are people resorting to such things? That is because of the peer pressure. The adolescent youth always takes, the parents are their enemies and the friends are their soulmates. But it is not so. So this is the time when the cognitive development or the responsible behavior of yours should be taking up. You should, whatever you do, you should feel responsible for it. Whenever there is a doubt like what is wrong, what is right, you should take a minute, then try to assess yourself whether I am doing the right thing. It is always the heart always wants to have a happy thing. You are always tempted to do things which are initially like instant gratifying things. But then the brain always checks you. So whenever you have a problem, like the brain tells you are doing something wrong, just go and talk it to your nearby people and then you know what is right for yourself. That is always a good thing to do. And what else we want me to talk on? I think it would be better like if we have some questions from you and then I talk on it. And come out. Once you start asking something, I think the other all girls also will follow. Why there are people having like irregular menstrual cycles? Few people have it once in 2 months, few people have it very frequently, once in 10 days, 15 days. What is the reason for this? So what you need to know is menstrual cycle is influence of the hormones. The hypothalamo-pituitary ovarian axis and untadi. So these hormones are building up over time. It is not an overnight thing. When you attain your menarche, the pathway is triggered, but it takes almost 2 years for it to get a balance, and then you have your regular menstrual cycles. So any menstrual cycle between 28 to 35 days is okay. It doesn't mean like it is a irregular cycle. And at the same time, when you are having a flow of 3 to 5 days, that is fine. And when you are soaking almost like some 4 to 5 napkins per day, that is okay, provided that you are changing the napkin every 4 hours. So sanitary napkins have to be disposed in a very hygienic way. You should not throw them just like that in the dustbins. You are supposed to wrap them in a newspaper and then put it in the dustbin and wash your hands after you do it. So this is the menstrual hygiene. And then irregularities, why do they happen? Is one thing is the age thing, which would take 2 years for the hypothalamo-pituitary axis to mature, and the other thing is the hormonal disturbances, something like thyroid hormone. Thyroid hormone has a basic role in the regulation of the menstrual cycle. So whenever adolescent girl is hypothyroid, most of it, like the more common thing is hypothyroidism. Hyperthyroidism exists, but it is less in incidence when compared to hypothyroidism. So hypothyroidism ఉన్నప్పుడు కూడా cycles irregular అవుతాయి. And the adolescent problem is PCO, polycystic ovarian disease. Polycystic ovarian disease ఏంటంటే ovaries లో అన్ని చిన్ని నీటి బుడగలు ఉంటాయి. So there are small cysts. So this causes mostly the hormone disturbance అన్నమాట. The girls produces more of male sort of hormones. So with such sort of hormones, she would get unwanted hair. Lips meeda, chin meeda, all over body she might have some hair, and then she puts on weight. But PCO is a disease of lifestyle modification. So lifestyle modification ఏంటి ఇక్కడ అంటే you have to cut down your weight. At least 10% of weight అన్న తగ్గాలి of the present weight. And you have to incorporate physical activity as a routine thing, daily thing. At least 5 days in a week you should start your physical exercise. So that will control the disease to most of the extent. And little of what is left unsolved with these things, you can take the medical bill. So there are tablets, regularization pills and untai. If you use them for a period of 2 to 3 months, your cycle gets regularized. Same thing. And when the cycles are happening very frequently, you tend to lose on more blood. So unhealthy blood, bad blood అనేది ఏమి ఉండదు. Menstrual blood also is very important thing for you. You become anemic if you start bleeding more and more frequently. So that time you have to check your hemoglobin status and you have to take a supplementation of iron rich food, same time iron medication కూడా తీసుకోవాలి. So these things are very important when you want a solution for your irregular cycles. Okay na? The question in 1 month, 2 times period, I think this same answer stands for white discharge. White discharge, vaginal discharge, everything, like not every white discharge or vaginal discharge is a panicky thing or a hazardous thing. Physiological vaginal discharge అనేది ఎవరికైనా ఉంటుంది. That is because of the hormones. When the hormones keep changing through the menstrual cycle, the glands in the cervix, they produce the secretions. So those are the physiological discharge things which are more common before the menses, after the menses, when you are when there is a sexual activity, and also at the time of ovulation. When the vaginal discharge is happening around this time, that is okay. But when the discharge is happening all through the cycle and then it is having a bad odor, or when it is itchy, or when it is having a pain or fever or pain abdomen, these are the things you need to check into and then take help. So that means there is some sort of infection. And infections can happen because of bad menstrual hygiene and also any sexual activities which are very, very dangerous without like taking precaution of them. Then you need to have a safe sex. And what is safe sex is having a healthy relationship. You should not go into any physical relationships with many people. Safe sex is always with one single relationship, and provided that single partner is also infection free. And taking protection during sex is very, very important, and every adolescent youth should know about safe sex because the days are changing. The days are changing, the sexual cravings and urges are changing, the instincts are common to happen with the hormones. But how do you refrain from all those cravings is very, very important. You need to navigate all those thoughts into a different direction. Whenever there is some urges like that, you need to do it into a constructive purpose, like focusing on your career, proving your own, making an identity for yourself, seeking help of meditation or yoga or exercise or talking to healthy people. Doctor, when to approach doctor, I would not say it is a standard thing. Whenever you are having a doubt about it, you have to approach a doctor. See, unless you know what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing, what is the physiological thing, what is the pathological thing, when you don't know, it is always better to seek help. And you should not take over medication also. That is also very, very important. So you seek professional help for the reason that you don't over medicate yourself. There are people like random people, white discharge, they are giving you, higher grade antibiotics, which is not needed. Sometimes it might go with few changes. How you maintain your menstrual hygiene, how well you wash your undergarments, how you maintain the sanitary napkins, how you wash your hands, how you dispose them. All these things account for the menstrual hygiene. So when you don't have a knowledge about it, even little discharge becomes very alarming. So you can seek help. Whenever you want to know what is the physiological and the pathological thing, you can approach a doctor. I think that questions are repeated and the same. White discharge, irregular periods problem, white discharge in 1 month, 2 periods. I think all the questions are one and the same, and there is this question of heavy bleeding 12 days per month, which is not a normal thing. So I have told you the normal bleeding should be only 3 to 5 days, and more than that is always pathological. You need to check whether they are suffering from PCO or anemia or hypothyroidism or any other hormonal disturbances, and a basic ultrasound would actually tell us what is going wrong with the uterus or the ovaries. And then you can take the medication from the proper consultant. I have told you, because of the weight, PCO, hypothyroidism, and then initial menarche వచ్చిన తర్వాత menarche వచ్చాక 2 years వరకు the hypothalamus pituitary system takes time to mature and put the menstrual cycles in an orderly fashion. So till then it is okay to have irregular cycles, but frequent cycle always have to be taken care of. Fibroadenomas of the breast. There are 2 entities of the breast called fibroadenomas and fibroadenosis. Fibroadenoma is when you have a swelling, lump-like thing which is easily movable or easily mobile in the breast. So these things are happening at the adolescent age, and that should not always panic you regarding the cancer. Any lump breast is always an alarming thing, and everybody gets scared about the cancer. Not every lump is a cancerous lump. So So the best way how to check yourself for such lumps is after every menstrual cycle, every girl in the reproductive period has to palpate her breast with the flat of the hand. It is not with the fingers of the hand, it is with the flat of the hand you have to palpate your breast. And then you can see if there are any lumps in your breast. So any lump, fibroadenoma is a benign thing, it is not a cancerous thing, but no age is exempt from cancer. So whenever you feel a lump in the breast, you have to approach the consultant and then take assurance from them like it is a benign lump and not a cancerous thing. And fibroadenoma does not resolve with medication. It has to be removed by a surgical procedure, and then like the other things keep repeating, but from where the fibroadenoma is taken off, at that site it may not repeat. And fibroadenosis is a medical thing. It can be managed with a medical treatment with few drugs. If you use them regularly during the menstrual cycle, you can get relieved of the pain and lumpiness of the fibroadenosis. And then coming to the cancer. Earlier cervical cancer was the most predominant cancer troubling the female population, but now breast cancer has taken over the cervical cancer, because cervical cancer ki ee madhya screening programs untunayi, pap smear test anedi chestamu, which should be done in all the reproductive ages. And for protection against the cervical cancer, we have a vaccine called HPV vaccine. HPV vaccine ఇప్పుడు 2 types లో ఉంటుంది, నానోవాలెంట్ వ్యాక్సిన్ అండ్ క్వార్టర్వాలెంట్ వ్యాక్సిన్. నానోవాలెంట్ వ్యాక్సిన్ అయితే it gives protection up to 98%, and the quadrivalent vaccine it gives protection up to almost 80%. And ఎవరెవరు తీసుకోవాలి ఈ వ్యాక్సిన్ అంటే రైట్ ఫ్రమ్ ద ఏజ్ ఆఫ్ 9 years to 45 years. Everybody is eligible to take it. Why the age has come down ఎందుకు అంటే because the sexual activities are happening from a very young age. And the first sexual activity అయ్యే కన్నా ముందరే you need to take protection so that you have more of protection from the vaccine. Not after you have it. After you have the sexual అంటే only married girls ఉండాలా అంటే needn't be. Even unmarried girls are eligible to take the vaccines. And before 12 years, only 2 doses are enough. But after 12 years, you need to take the standard 3 doses. So I actually I would advise or suggest everybody to take the human papilloma vaccine before, like all the anybody is less than 12, 2 doses, and more than 12 years, you need to take 3 doses. That will give protection from cervical cancer. So nanovalent ki, though it is costly, it has a better protection. So cervical cancer, because of regular screening methods and protection from the vaccine, the incidence is coming down. But otherwise, the breast cancers are increasing, and breast cancer taggali ante self breast palpation is what should be done by everybody. And any lump you feel, you have to go and see the consultant. To the dais, and we would want to give this as a appreciation. At least you have come forward to say whatever you wanted to ask. Be very wise in using the social media. Refrain from the bad things. Always absorb the good things of it. Make yourself very, very strong and very confident, and try to help to build your character with the social media rather than ruining it. Okay?
ఫస్ట్ మేడం చెప్పింది హెల్త్ గురించి, లైక్ పీరియడ్స్, మళ్ళీ ఐరన్ గురించి, అంటే మనకు తెలిసిన విషయాలను చెప్పలేదు మేడం, తెలియని విషయాలు కూడా కొన్ని చెప్పింది. మనం తీసుకోవాల్సిన కేర్ అన్నిటి గురించి చెప్పింది. నాకైతే చాలా అర్థమైంది మేడం చెప్పింది. ఐ థింక్ మీ అందరికీ కూడా అర్థమైంది అనుకుంటున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Nandini from BComCA second year. Firstly, ఏంటంటే మేడం మనం చెప్పింది ఏంటంటే మనం ఎక్కడన్నా బస్సులో ఎక్కడైనా ట్రావెల్ చేసినా గుడ్ టచ్ బ్యాడ్ టచ్ అనేది ఫస్ట్ మనకు తెలియాలి. ఒకవేళ మనకి ఏదైనా ఎవరైనా చేసేది బ్యాడ్ టచ్ అని మనకు అనిపిస్తే మనం ఖచ్చితంగా మనతో ఎవరైతే క్లోజ్ ఉంటారో ఫ్యామిలీ మెంబర్స్ ఆర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ పక్క వాళ్ళతో షేర్ చేసుకోవాలి. అండ్ ఏమైనా మెన్సెస్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ అట్లున్నప్పుడు ఒకవేళ చాలా ఇట్లా ఏదైనా ఉంటే డాక్టర్ని కన్సల్ట్ చేయాలి. అండ్ సోషల్ మీడియాలో ఒకవేళ మీకు అంత ఫొటోస్ ఇట్లా సెండ్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటే అది క్లోజ్ ఫ్రెండ్స్లో షేర్ చేసుకోవాలి. మేడం ఇంత టైంని మనతో స్పెండ్ చేసినందుకు నేను చాలా హ్యాపీగా ఫీల్ అవుతున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ అండ్ థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ కమింగ్ టు గివింగ్ దిస్ వండర్ఫుల్ స్పీచ్ టు మీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ అనండి.
ఇంకో మాట చెప్తారు, గుడ్ టచ్ బ్యాడ్ టచ్తో పాటు సింగిల్గా ఎప్పుడైనా మీరు ఫ్రెండ్స్తో వెళ్ళాలనుకుంటే ముగ్గురు ఉండాలి. యూ కెన్ అవాయిడ్ ఇన్సిడెంట్. సింగిల్గా మీకు కాన్ఫిడెంట్ ఉంటేనే వెళ్ళాలి, లేదు అంటే ఎవరైనా ఫ్రెండ్ ఎంబడి ఉంటే, ముగ్గురు ఉంటే ఏం జరగాల్సిన సంఘటనను ఆపవచ్చు. ఓకేనా?
Thanks, sir. I thank very much to Madam to give their valuable time for us. They have introduced for our menstrual cycles and relationships, how should we maintain relationships with others, what are good touch and bad touch. Madam has solved all the questions which were in our mind. Thank you very much, Madam.
Good evening to all respected ma'am, Prabhata and my dear friends. Ma'am says the many words to us, which is nowadays all are attracted to the phone, Instagram, all the Twitters, and they use it to expose their photos. They has treating that this is enjoyment, this is the feeling, but it is not right. Ma'am said that comfortable dresses used to wear and share the pictures to the close friends, not the all the things. So, and ma'am shared about healthcare, how we maintain the hygiene in the time of menstruation. Again, using the napkins, changing the napkins in a day has 4 times in 4 hours in daily. Taking a good food, here in our hostel providing a good food. You should take this all the food like java and eggs, milk, means you should don't skip it. You want to take to keep your menstruation in a proper way. It is your problem, not the other problem. You are only skipping your dinner, your lunch, and it is your quantity is not taking as your menstruation problem is not good. So ma'am shared has a lot of words. So taking of some quantity of food also is enough for your good menstruation problem. Thank you for giving support.
NPC group inter first year. Thank you మేడం మా కోసం ఇంత కేర్ఫుల్గా చెప్పారు మా కోసం. మేము అందరం ఫాలో అవుతామని మేము ప్రామిస్ చేస్తున్నాము. థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. మా కాలేజీలో థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. అన్నీ మన గురించి ఫస్ట్ మనకు గుడ్ టచ్ బ్యాడ్ టచ్ తెలియాలి. తెలిసినాక అన్ని తర్వాత సింగిల్గా మాత్రం వెళ్ళాలి, పేరెంట్స్ తోటే వెళ్ళాలి. అన్నీ మన గురించి మేడం చెప్పినందుకు థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Thank you so much. Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, madam. Yeah, a small.
I will
support and guidance. A big thank for all the friends, support, family and education.